My name is Yasmine-Imani McMorrin. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm an attorney, education equity advocate, NLC Los Angeles alum, and mom to my 11-year-old daughter. She's been my teammate from Spelman to Rutgers Law. She's seen me succeed and fail. And to be honest, it's because of her I feel like it's my life's work to create policy for a more equitable world. I'll be sharing a part of our journey to highlight my journey to parent advocacy to guide our conversation about equity this morning. As progressives, we have to get clear on what equity looks like. Many people, hopefully none of you in this room, believe equity means equality, which is when everyone gets the same thing. To me, equity means folks get what they need to thrive. In education, equity concerns run the gamut, from access to resources to teacher credentials. According to federal data, 53% of public school students are children of color, while only 18% of teachers identify as people of color. We need more POC teachers, which is shown to close achievement gaps for students of color, and they're highly rated by all students. Black children are suspended at nearly 4 times the rate of white students, despite similar behavior patterns. Due to such severe and frequent discipline, African American students spend less time in the classroom, which can lead to poor academic performance, increased dropout rates, and involvement in the juvenile justice system. In addition, it's been well documented that there can be implicit bias in standardized tests, which affects future opportunities that students of color will or will not have access to. These facts were made real for my Minnie and I as we navigated a cross-country trip from New Jersey to Los Angeles and went through a new school district. I felt pretty hopeless when the school system administrators it seemed like they were just trying to penalize her for every little thing. I decided to get more invested in our community. I talked to school board members, joined the PTA, and got more politically active. But unfortunately, my Minnie no longer felt safe and supported in her school, and I had to make the difficult decision to pull her out. This was a hard decision because I believe in traditional public school, and I did everything I could to advocate for her. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to create the immediate change she needed to thrive. I questioned how other parents like me, or children like my Minnie, would thrive in the school that we left. If we were having these issues, other families were too. For the record, this was a good school and a good district, and we could spend time discussing housing policy and its implications on education. But I like to push us as community members and progressive parents in this room to think about what we can do to advocate for more equitable districts where we are. So I think we need to focus on restorative justice practices, advocate for hiring more teachers of color, and ensure that our districts have adequate implicit bias training in our respective districts. So, like me in this picture, I want for all of you, when you leave convention, to start going to your local school board meetings, make public comment on equity issues, and really let's hold these systems accountable and make sure all kids have the opportunity to thrive. Visit the U.S. Department of Education's Civil Rights Data Collection website. There you'll find information about demographics of students, type of school, the suspension and expulsion rates, whether there's law enforcement officers in the school, and information about teacher credentials, aka everything you'll need to know to ask some informed questions for your board. All this information is searchable by school, so you can either search by school name or zip code. At the school board meeting you guys are going to go to, find out if your district has a pipeline for teachers of color, find out if they're having implicit bias training, and if they've incorporated inclusive curriculum practices throughout the district. For me, my community was church, other moms, and of course my NLC fam. And from there, LA Parents Empowered was created, a conference where we brought parents, teachers, and electeds in to ensure that parents had the tools they needed to advocate for their children. So whether we're parents or community members, let's make sure that the children in our community see us advocating for them. You got this.